I'm Jared Johnson. I got with me Hugh Faundeen for the Maiden Shade Open.
What's going on, guys?
This is a nice round here. We got Brenner, Danny Polk,
and then, of course, Jared Johnson. So we started off here on hole number 3. It's 525. It's a long tunnel shot. I'd say this is the signature hole for the course. Maiden Shade has a bunch of nice holes, but this one is definitely one that you remember for. We start off on it just for course flow. It's a long tunnel up at the fairway. You want to stay in the middle the whole time if you can, or pound one over the hill here. So first is me up on the tee. A little early release there, maybe a little jitters, but turned out okay.
Next we got Brenner here.
And Riley's throwing just a M4, I think, just trying to stay in the middle of the fairway so he has a nice easy upshot. Jared's played this a few times, so he knows what's going on.
Yeah, this is actually my home away from home, technically.
What are you throwing there?
I throw a Patriot on this hole. It's a fairway. Try to just keep in the middle.
And that's a good shot right in the middle there. You can see the pin kind of tucked away there. And then we got Danny here. He's, believe it or not, if you look at Riley, he's the biggest guy on the card, but Danny's probably more of the power player, and Riley's more of the finesse shot. That's just crushed down the hill. He'll have an easy jump putt for a birdie. Yeah, so Riley's got that, probably a buzz there, just trying to get up that gap so he has a look for a putt. Still a little windy. This day was really windy. I mean, the whole day we were looking at, 25-mile-an-hour winds?
Yeah, average. Gusts of probably 30. Hugh here throwing his upshot. I think he threw a putter.
Yeah, and that was kind of a tweener distance. I just wanted to get up there through that gap any way I could. And Jared, the course pro here.
Throwing a ghost. I got on it a little too much.
Yeah, it just kept going. I think a little bit of the wind. Maybe you just wanted to hit the line, but either way, you're out there, so it's a good shot. Danny's way up there. This is his
putting
drive.
For 2. He's just trying to get it close there, I think. Pretty sketchy over there where he was. There's a lot of trees. He probably had a good line.
Yeah, so today with Jared and I've never played with Jared before. I got to play both rounds with him, and this guy knows how to shoot, so I thought that was going to have a chance, and just a little left, but still a good putt. You got Riley, he's been really working on that putt, and I think that was a pretty good putt. I think the baskets, some of them, you want to say these aren't going to catch, but you still got to hit them in the center, just like any other basket.
Yeah, it's actually like the first.
Oh, that's ouch. That's a couple of common theme. We'll come back to that. That you're trying to hit these baskets in the lower third because you're afraid they're going to spit through. You just kind of have to throw a good solid putt, but at the same time, you got to get it in there.
There's a lot of chain room on the baskets, and it's just like there seems like the holes pop through. You hit a perfect putt, and they just go right through. A lot of putts.
But you remember the baskets that were there before, right, Jared?
Yeah, oh yeah, these ones are a little better than the ones before.
I was telling him first round I was back here, 10, 12 years ago with Timmy Gill playing Maiden Shade. Oh no, Old Barn Rendezvous, and they had those Mills Fleet Farm baskets. Yeah, so Danny had the birdie there, and then obviously a couple of pars, disappointing for a few of us, but still a par. It's a tough hole. You don't really want to get yourself into any trouble right away in the first hole.
Par is a good shot on that one. Danny crushed his drive down there looking at an eagle. Was it eagle or? No.
Yeah, it would have been an eagle.
Yeah.
So this one's kind of just uphill.
Hole 4, 250 feet. There's a backdrop behind the basket. if you overshoot it, you can well chance of going past. Danny, I believe, through his mid.
And if you can't really tell, there's a little bit of a low ceiling, so you kind of have to skirt it in there really nicely. I got PA3 there, just kind of throwing a flip up.
Yeah, not playing with this being my first time ever playing with Hugh. Man, he crushes putters. Far.
Yeah, and there's Riley. Again, look how big he is, but he's got that nice smooth release, and he's up there for a good putt. And again, first time with Jared. Look at this guy. He's just so accurate. There's another common theme of Jared birding holes. And Danny, he's known for his putting, so that's a rare miss for him. But you know, we'll see a couple go in. And it was nice because these greens. One thing is they left them a little longer. So yeah, great putt there.
Good
They
putt,
left them
Riley.
a little bit longer, so they would kind of stick. And they also put flags up so you knew if you were inside the circle or not. And Riley was just inside. Or just outside, I don't remember.
He was outside there.
And I took a note from Jared first round to kind of be below the hole on this one. So I went where he was. We kind of switched spots.
We did. Good putt there, Hugh.
Better than the front basket, right?
Yeah.
And Jared just cleaning up here. This was kind of a lull in the round here where the wind, you didn't really notice it, but it's still there. It's one of those, you know, you're in the trees, but it can still affect your shot because you can see the trees moving right there above you. So there is a lot of wind out there still.
Danny here tapping in.
Get a little picture of the camera guy.
So we got 3 2s and Danny with a lone par there.
We kind of flip-flop from the first hole. I really like it. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard this in the previous videos, but those shot trackers where you kind of show where each shot is on those, that's really nice. It's a new thing that I haven't seen in a lot of disc golf videos. So here's hole 5. It's another 250 footer. It looks like it's pretty straightforward, but you're kind of going through a tunnel with a little bit of a headwind, so you have to kind of beef up a little bit.
They actually opened this hole up quite a bit. It used to be, I'd say, like a 25-foot tunnel coming down there, and they cleaned out a lot of trees, and it's a lot more open than it used to be.
And there's Riley kind of following that line. See how it kind of turns over, and that's a stable disc for him too, but he's right in the circle. You can hear the wind just howling.
Yeah, I couldn't make up my mind on what ghost I wanted to throw, so I pulled out my more stable one and I flipped it right over. The wind was just ripping.
Yeah, that's a rare miss for Jared. Usually he's all over that thing. Even Danny could throw a putter here, but he's throwing a mid-range. I've seen him throw that disc 400 feet, but he's throwing it 250. That's how windy it was. Like an M3 or something. Is that your clutch?
Yep, I'm putting with my understable clutch. I believe about 65 out.
You'd like to get a little better run than that, but you know you're pretty far into a headwind.
Right, I didn't want to go blowing by. Danny with the nice deuce. I think was he outside the circle on that one?
It was really close. It skipped down that hill a ways. And Riley, nice putt there. He likes to take his time. He used to putt these KCs, and now he's putting these PA3s. I think they're a little more beefy for him. His KCs are like 10 times, 9 times, so they're a little bit straighter. He needs a little more beef on his putter. Nice cleanup there.
Yeah, I'm tapping out Hugh. He was parked.
And I thought this was going to be, you know, one of those jam it in the low. Not going to jinx myself here, but maybe it was a little bit of nerves being, you know, on the lead, and either way.
The wind, too, probably had something to do with it.
I'm trying to jam it in there lower third. And doink again. Now that's part of disc golf, right?
It is part of disc golf. So we had 2 twos there and 2 pars.
Danny gets the slow-mo.
So we have Hugh and Riley tied at the top now at 13 under par. Danny 1 behind, and I'm 2 back.
This is a hole 6. It's a par 3, but it plays like a par 4, 315 feet. I don't see it. Do you see anyone deucing it?
Yeah, it's super dog-legged, and like there's really no way to get over there unless you roll it, and still it's lucky. With the gap, you have to be out and turn.
Riley was just trying to get over there too much, and the wind might have lifted it a little bit.
Same with Danny. He's just trying to get it out the hole and let it go a little too early, I believe. Hugh, he's got that nice touch forehand he shot. Punched it right out the hole looking up at the basket.
Yeah, and that was, the first round, I thought I got way up there. And Jared, this is an amazing shot here. Look at this. And he skips over, and you're thinking, oh, my God, he's going to have a putt. But then it's still an upshot.
Here I'm sitting 20 feet away from Hugh. Riley here's trying to get out. I think he was trying to have the wind pull him over there. It just got straight on him.
Danny was in between shots here. I think he had like a forehand or a thumber or something. I thought he almost did it, but he hit the last tree there. But it's still, from where he was.
He was trying to get up and put under the basket for a 3. He's got it up there right inside the circle looking at a putt for 3.
And both of us kind of, sawed him off there. I think that was part of the wind we thought was going to push him towards the basket. I mean, I threw a stable gator. I think, what'd you throw there?
I threw my PA3.
So, you mean stable discs, and you figure that, go straight, but...
Riley giving a good run at it from out there, wanting to get that 3. Looked really good from where we were standing at.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a par 3.5. Is not too many people getting deuces, and...
I'm not sure if one was carded on the day.
I'm sure there wasn't. I don't think so. Maybe a throw-in chance there, but... Jared's putting that clutch again. Dead center. Nice putt.
Thank you.
There's a little bit of drop-off behind there, so you don't want to be flying by that. You want to make sure it's in there. You got to have some, put it in there with some confidence.
Good hit there, Hugh.
We got a couple of 3s, I think, and a couple of 4s. And Riley's going to clean up for 4. It's solid. He had, it's a little uphill, especially if you miss that gap. You want to, make sure you clean up your par putt or your bogey putt. Yeah, those baskets. I mean, they're heavy chains, so you can actually hit them, but there is some gaps in there, so you have to kind of be careful. There's that star gator that I like to throw. Just got that like a month ago, Jared, and now I'm like throwing it like every hole.
I wouldn't bet against that on a windy day like that.
Oh, you need it, yeah. Got it from Alex, and he said that they're rare. I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, I love it. I'm never giving it back.
Here we have hole 7, 295 feet. It plays into like a wooden teepee figure. The wind is ripping out here, and this is more of an open hole. It was a crosswind, I believe.
Look at the trees just ripping. So I'm aiming like, I don't know, I want to say like 20, 30 feet right, and I still end up left of the hole.
And it goes over in the middle of the fairway. There's a little hump so you can't actually see like the base of the basket or where your frisbee lands if you go over that little hump of grass.
It is a little touchy. A lot of people, they end up, what they do is they go long on it, and then they have a comebacker into a headwind. Riley here, I think he's got his drone. He really likes that thing. He's had that for a while. And he's looking for a skip on there, but it kind of just, died in that grass. But he'll still have a tailwind putt, so that's a good putt. Danny may have just put a little more spike on there. There's the mistake that a lot of people would do. And, that's a good shot in a normal day, but today it's just going to carry. Danny from right outside the circle.
That wind just kept it up in the air. Looked like a good putt. release.
And Riley, again, he's he's taking his time with that PA3. He's really trying to focus in. Hyzer that right in there. And that should have dropped down in the middle from the tailwind, but it looked like it just floated on him. And that's a great putt.
That was a good putt. That beam, I'm not sure if it was in his way a little bit, if he was offset from it or not. From my angle standing on the course, it looked like it was kind of in his way, but he didn't straddle out.
You threw that pink disc a lot. What was that one?
That was my
again?
enemy I threw there.
That thing is
It's
stable.
basically a Firebird.
Yeah, it's a good disc for you.
I think I threw like a mix of maybe 5 different discs this whole day because the wind, like I had no other option.
So we just get to clean up our birds there. Again,
Dude,
that
you're
one.
taking his time on that short one. He wants to make that one go in.
It popped off the pole a little bit
It
there.
did,
Still
yeah.
had a double take. Riley cleaning up. He's not going to be happy. He's usually pretty good on those hyzers with the drone in that distance. Jared with that pink enemy. Nice and smooth.
So we have the flight tracker here. Look at that. Danny, he was kind of all over the back and forth there. I don't know if he was drawing something or.
Oh, and I had a 2-stroke lead there. I didn't even realize. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah.
This is a cool hole 8 tunnel shot, 270. Local knowledge is key on this one, right, Jared?
Yeah.
It's pretty fast in front there, but once you get past the hole, the basket's right there, so you kind of have to be pretty accurate with your distance. And this one I was aiming, again, 20, 30 feet right and put the wind, push it in there.
Yeah, almost at that tree line on the left side going up the fairway, huh?
And that's in the circle, so I thought that was a pretty good shot. And Jared here, he's got, what is that?
That is my Patriot there I'm throwing. And like Hugh said, I aimed over on the far tree line on the right, playing the wind, having it pull it over.
Riley's got like a 10-year anniversary buzz or something. He's trying to skip it up there like you did there, but he just didn't get over on it. Maybe a little stable. Danny with that M3. It's kind of like a rock mixed with, like an M4? I don't know. He loves that disc. He's a really good disc for his, 250 to 450, anywhere in there.
Quite the range with that thing.
I think he threw it the way he wanted, but he just got a bad gust. He has to pitch out here.
Should be able to get up and down from there.
And that's not normal for Danny to miss something like that, but he always gets it back. And Riley with the jumper. Oh. Maybe a tailwind drop right there.
Here, just inside the circle. Oh.
And I got a lot of meat on that one, but those chains, you have to hit it a little bit more in the middle. Nice birdie there, Jared. Everyone's just going to clean up. Danny for 4. And Riley and I for 3s.
The first round was super chilly. I wore a sweatshirt the whole round. The second round, the sun actually came out and put off some heat, so I could take my sweater off. People, I think, kind of came prepared for the cold. It was kind of chilly all day with the wind ripping like it was. The temperatures weren't high. Myself with the lone 2 there. Hugh is still in the lead by 1 here. It's a pretty close race here at the top.
So hole 9 here is a 245-foot par 3. It's just a tight gap. You kind of, for a righty, you want to go straight and maybe turn it over at the end, and a lefty, you just have to hyzer it off. So there's a big tree kind of marking it, but you have to be really touchy. The misses just go long and then kind of have a... You can't see it coming in. That looks like it was going to go in almost.
From the tee pad, I threw like almost that identical shot the first round and ended up 40 long, so it's got such a deceiving touch to the shot. Hugh there,
one,
lacing one.
about the same shot I was thinking, but It just kept going, which is, that's just fine. I'd rather be down there than short here. And Riley, again, look how, you look at him, you think he's this power player, but he's got some of the best putter shots in the game here. Nice and smooth at that AVRs. Looks like he just caught one of those little ones, but it was first round he did that and he put it under the basket.
Danny threw that one a little hyzer, I think, thinking it was maybe going to flip.
That was that PA4, I think, that's real flippy for him, so I can't believe it didn't.
Riley giving a good bid there for 2.
That's kind of a death putt. And Danny's right outside the circle. Maybe a tree in his way. Low ceiling there.
Here just pounding one in.
Yeah, right through that branch. I'll take that one.
Yeah, I think it actually ticked that branch, didn't it?
I think it was going in the other way, but yeah,
it was going in.
Definitely get it. And Jared, he played it off that tree perfectly, so he could have a park job.
Thank you, tree. It would have been probably 30 long, I'd say. It hit that tree 5 feet up.
Nice putt, though. Couple of deuces, couple of threes. It's pretty common. Not a lot of cards all deucing it, not woo holes on that one.
Yeah, there's a few early trees in the beginning of the fairway that can catch you if you're just off a little bit.
You do have to hit a gap for sure.
Low ceiling kind of at one
How
part of it.
many times have you aced that one, Jared?
I think I've got that one time.
One, maybe like 3 or 4, chains and baskets.
Yeah. So me and Hugh getting twos there. Riley and Danny taking pars. Hugh's still in the lead by 1.
Did I take your hole last time? Is this you now?
Here we are, hole 10, par 4, 375. It's a tight shot. You want to beat the first big tree and basically be sitting in the middle of the fairway so you can see the basket because it's down this hill, and it is definitely no easy shot getting down there.
It's a legit par 4.
Yeah.
Doesn't it play a lot longer than 375? A nice put down?
It does because you have to go up the hill.
That's a nice roller. That's exactly where you want to be.
I threw my mongoose there. I threw that same shot both rounds just because the wind was like coming at a right direction to help me flip it over. Hugh here.
I'm going to try to do the same thing. That's a road runner. Usually that gets down pretty fast, but not that time.
He might have a look over there to punch down to the basket.
And this is an amazing shot here. I think that's a sidewinder or a boss that he just turns over. Gets it down there. That's a tight gap to get through.
Danny here laying down a roller.
Oh, got right by. Oh, he jumped over that rut. Nice. If it didn't hit that, that would have been parked.
Oh, yeah.
You probably didn't think I had anything in there and get a little gator forehand out of there.
That gator, there's that gator again he likes.
I just wanted to get up there for a putt. I didn't want to make it. Raleigh throwing that up shot with the AVR.
Here I am just trying to lay it up, get the heck off the screen.
And that's all you want to do. I don't think there was any 2s on that today either, was there?
No, I wouldn't imagine unless, like you said, throw one in.
Yeah, and then you're not running that. You're trying to lay that up.
Yeah.
It's a steep hill. You can't really tell. And this is an uphill putt the whole way, but it really kind of looks like a flat almost. You can see he's really trying to get that up. Ooh, just a couple miscues on that putt from both of us. I think we thought the distance would be different. I'll blame the wind, right?
Yeah. Here, it's a downhill putt here from Hugh. Putting it in there. Catching that bottom part of the basket like he was saying. That's where you want to hit pretty much on these baskets.
Jared's going to clean up a really good par or a birdie. You want to get 3s on this one. That's you're going to get some strokes on the field there. And it's all because of that amazing roller that Danny and he threw down there.
Danny tapping in for his birdie.
And where Riley was, he's probably a little disappointed with that. Either you have to throw a little better upshot or hit that putt, but the way he's been playing, that's why he's a little upset.
Me and Danny with birdies there. That puts me tied with Hugh at 15 under. We are up on the other two by a few.
Here's hole 11. It's 425 feet, and you think 425, you just gotta get something out there to, get a birdie putt. But in actuality, you have to hit a tight gap, hyzer flip it, or throw a big turnover for a lefty. And to get out there, anywhere where that cannon was is really good, and then you have to throw an upshot. So it's another legit par 4. There's a couple of different ways to getting it. There's a tight gap, and then a wider gap. Looks like Jared tried to go the wider gap there.
Yeah, I was.
Did you hit something?
Yeah, I was trying to punch it low, and I popped out of my hand high, and luckily got kicked over out of the trees. Danny going tight here. So
That's a bomb.
Hyzer flip up. And if you get out of that hole and you have to be a low ceiling on that hole, that tight punch shot.
And that's not an easy shot. He made it look easy.
And here Hugh is going for the same shot, and looks like he matches Danny on it.
Tall grass, but just to be out, you're pretty happy.
Riley getting out and going that tight way too. Maybe that's the way I should have tried going.
And Jared here, he's probably got 350 into a win, maybe 400, maybe 375, and that is just perfect. I mean, great upshot.
I threw my rival there.
And Riley's throwing an upshot there. He kind of sawed it off. I don't know if you noticed this, but as he did that, he stepped on his disc, and unfortunately, I had to call him for a foot fault. And Danny seconded right away. I don't think you even saw it, did you?
I did not see it myself, so I heard them call it, and I was like, really? And Danny seconded it, so I knew that both of them guys had seen it. And I mean,
nice
the rule
birdie
is,
try from Danny. That's an amazing eagle, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, but it was just one of those things. I'm just like, Riley, the whole disc kind of wobbled, and I don't think he knew the rule on it because it just changed. And that's a tough putt in the wind that I was really counting on making because I kind of threw my shot a little short.
Put him with a lot of confidence there in the wind. Good birdie there.
Yeah, back to that foot fault. So I felt really bad. I'm like, it was kind of like an instant reaction. I looked down because I've been playing a lot of tournaments, and I've seen a few of those called this year. And before it wasn't one of those things that you even notice, but now it's like everyone's scrutinizing it pretty heavily. So you have to make sure to be mindful of that.
And I think Riley wasn't clear of the rule and thought he had taken a 4 there and was upset about that, and then found out he took a 5.
I talked to him later about it. I was like, hey man, and he's a rules guy as well, so it's like he kind of
totally understanding.
Yeah, for sure. That's an amazing drive there.
Dan, he just crushed it.
And so Jared's having a great round right now. He's 6 down after 11 holes, so he's keeping it together. He's obviously a home course, and so he knows what's going on, but just trying to fight him off, and the other guys are trying to keep up as well. So it's Jared's round right now. We're trying to match him every time. Hole 12 here, 445 feet, tunnel shot, low ceiling, right, Jared?
Yeah, with the crosswind coming left to right, there's a pond over on your right side you could see, but it's really difficult to get there. This shot's tight too. You just want to basically get down the tunnel gap, and it's really tough to get down to the basket. It's just the way the shot plays.
And that's a good shot. Was that a rival?
That was my I threw my outlaw there thinking that it was going to flip over a little bit more with that crosswind. A Hugh just lacing one low there.
And I thought I was going to get a little skip because I did first round, but I didn't. And Danny got this one first round, and I did too with that same low shot that skipped up there. And I think that was probably the only 2 twos all day.
Yeah, it was they were great twos for sure on a par 4. That's the eagle.
Again, that left side is kind of the miss. You don't want to be anywhere right because you just get in trouble over there.
It's Jailhouse Rocks over there.
For sure. Oof, Danny, nice offshot. There's Riley, nice and smooth. He's inside the circle. And I don't know what happened here, if I held on to it and kind of yanked it, but not the best there. And you're just laying up there for
yeah, we had this
3 or
bush
3.
that was literally like a foot in front of me, and I ticked it coming out. Hugh here looking to get his birdie 3. Smashes his putt from the same distance he hit his 2 from last round.
And that was like about 35, 40 feet
Yeah.
for a 3, and it's an easy upshot where everyone else is kind of right there for their 3. And that's a solid putt by Riley.
Nice putt, Riley.
Still a little steaming about that foot fault. You can tell a little bit. Feel bad, but, you know, it's part of the rules. Danny is cleaning up. You're just rolling along, nice and easy, right?
Yeah. Trying to make it easy, but the wind's definitely out there. So we got a woo hole there. We all took birdies on that hole.
A couple of different ways of getting there.
Yeah. Hugh and myself tied at the top. You got other guys just trying to catch one here.
So that's the front 11. Coming back to you here with the rest of the round after this. Thanks for tuning in.
We'd like to thank Parsave Productions for being there all day and filming the tournament for us.
Guys were working hard out there, and they got to throw a few afterwards too.
Thank you, Parsave Productions.